Good afternoon, everyone. Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors, presents the South Union Township Sports Network. Today, via tape delay from the home of the Laurel Highlands High School boys baseball team here at Mustang Field, the Mustangs will be hosting the Leopards of Belle Vernon in a key section matchup. Hello, everyone. I'm Gary Frankhauser, along with Daniel Wallace and Jerry Dupay. We welcome you aboard for another high school baseball game here on the South Union Township Sports Network. This coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffmeyer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and CUTV with J.R. Wheeler and Gary Smith. Once again, this is Gary Frankhauser, Daniel Wallace alongside Jerry Dupay on the camera. We'll be right back with the starting lineups for both teams right after this. You're watching the South Union Township Sports Network.
Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by State Representative Tim Mahoney of the 51st Legislative District. With offices in Uniontown and Chalk Hill, Representative Mahoney is dedicated to providing the best leadership and quality representation to his constituents. He can be reached at 66A Lebanon Avenue in Uniontown, 724-438-6100, and in Chalk Hill at 2925 National Pike, 724-437-2521. Good luck to all of the area teams from State Representative Tim Mahoney of the 51st Legislative District.
Welcome back to Mustang Field. Just about ready for the first pitch. Here's your starters for Belle Vernon. Daniel Wallace.
The Belle Vernon Leopards coming into today an undefeated record so far, both in conference and overall, under the direction of Daryl Hickson-Baugh, the head coach. His lineup looks like this. Leading off and playing second base, a freshman, number 12, Josh Hoffman. Batting second and playing first base, number 23, a junior, Jake Calloway. Batting third and playing third base, a senior, number 10, Justin Ivel. Batting fourth and doing the catching, a junior, number 11, Jordan Zalika. Batting fifth and playing shortstop, a senior, number 17, Evan Hannon. Batting sixth and playing right field, a junior, number 25, Tim Labuda. At the designated hitter spot, a junior, number 28, Ben Cole. Batting eighth and playing left field, a senior, number 14, Eric Harkins. And batting ninth and playing center field, a junior, number 29, Devin Judy. The pitcher today for the Belle Vernon Leopards will be number 19, Matt Benicki, who comes in with a 2-0 record for the Leopards this season.
And for the Mustangs, starting at right field, number 2, Lucas Boyle. Batting second, Troy Kiefer, playing shortstop. Batting third, the junior, Hudson Novak, playing center field. Batting fourth, playing third base, Don Peroni. Batting fifth and doing the pitching, number 9, Zach Uhazy. Playing left field, number 24, Rick Pish. He's in the 6th spot. In the 7th spot, number 22, Garrett Kopich. He's a senior. Number 25, Chad Pillar will be at first. And rounding out the lineup at second base, number 6, Dan Zukulkowski. Just about ready for action and the national anthem.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the campus of Laurel Highlands Senior High School, where today it's Mustang boys baseball action as the Mustangs of Laurel Highlands are hosting the Leopards of Belle Vernon. Belle Vernon comes to today's contest with an overall record of 5-0, 2-0 in the conference, while Laurel Highlands is 5-1 and 3-0 in the conference. Before we start our game, ladies and gentlemen, we ask if you would to please rise, and gentlemen, we ask if you would to please remove your hats in the singing of our national anthem from the front of the press box by Laurel Highlands senior Taylor Codrick. Switch.
Another beautiful rendition of the national anthem, and we're just about ready for the first pitch. A huge game in section today, Daniel. Both teams coming in, sitting on top of the standings, looking to see who's going to take control here in the first half of the season.
Yeah, and we've got a couple major power bats on both sides, especially when you look at what Hudson Novak has done for the Mustangs so far. A .409 average, 4 home runs, 2 triples. He's been right there providing the pop in the middle of the lineup. You look on the other side for Belle Vernon hitting second. Jake Calloway hitting an even .500 so far on the season for the Leopards, driving in 5 runs. Those two are the guys you really think you got to watch out for on both sides, and you got to want to see here in the first inning how Uhazy is going to pitch Calloway.
And Zach has been very strong early in the season, and we're going to be right back with this first pitch. You're watching the South Union Township Sports Network.
Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, is proud to be a sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network. They have been serving the area with quality work and integrity for more than 40 years, and they would like to again thank their past customers and look forward to serving new customers as well. Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, works with all insurance companies and provides assistance with car rental arrangements that coordinate with the auto repair work. The rental company will meet with you at our facility to accommodate your rental needs. As a member of the DuPont Assurance of Quality program, our refinishes are guaranteed and all repairs have a lifetime warranty as long as the customer owns the vehicle. Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, clearly recognizes and understands the current and ever-changing atmosphere that exists in today's collision repair and insurance industries. So please contact Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, located at Atlas Road in Hopwood. That's Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, offering complete collision service for both domestic and foreign vehicles for more than 40 years. For more information, please stop by or call us at 724-437-2351. We care about the environment. We've always been eco-friendly facility, and we are currently going through the process of being recognized by the U.S. EPA's Design for the Environment program.
For all of your auto body needs, come to Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, because there is a difference.
So please contact Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, located at Atlas Road in Hopwood. That's Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, offering complete collision service for both domestic and foreign vehicles for more than 40 years. For more information, please stop by or call us at 724-437-2351.
Welcome back to Mustang Field. Going to be a good one today, and here with the play-by-play for the first inning, Daniel Wallace.
Zach Uhazy on the mound for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs to kick things off today. A 1.62 earned run average for Uhazy, 3-0 record on the year for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. He's got 20 punch-outs on the season for Laurel Highlands to go along with 6 walks, and he's going to have his hands full today with the Belle Vernon Leopards. When you look up and down that lineup, Gary, a lot of high averages, a lot of guys hitting in the 300, and we already mentioned Callaway hitting an even 500 so far on the season. And we started off with Josh Hoffman, the second baseman for the Leopards. He'll lead off to face Uhazy. First pitch, and we're underway. A swinging strike by Hoffman. 3:57, a few minutes ahead of the scheduled start time today. That's our first pitch.
A little bit of chill in the air, and the wind is actually blowing in today at Mustang Field. A little unusual.
1-0 curve. Make that 0-1 curveball. Another strike looking this time by Hoffman. Push the count to 0-2. A high strike on 0-2, but popped up by Hoffman. Going back after it, Zukolkowski. He'll make the grab in shallow right field for out number 1.
Reset that defense for the Mustangs. In left field, Rich Pish. Out there in center field, Hudson Novak. Over in right field, Lucas Boyle. Around the infield, Dom Peroni at third. Troy Kiefer at shortstop. Dan Zukolkowski, who just made that play at second. Chad Pillar at first. On the mound, Zach Uhazy, Garrett Kopich behind the dish.
That brings up Jake Calloway, an even 500 hitter with 5 RBIs, 2 doubles, and a triple so far for the Leopards this season. First pitch swing, and he sends this one out into center field. Right there for it, Novak. He'll make the grab, and that's out number 2.
Saw the effects of the wind right there, Daniel. That ball just hung up, did not have much carry at all.
And we were talking a little before the game. You said the other day this wind was going straight out, and that might have helped Hudson carry a couple home runs out of the park. Well, he's going to have to get a little extra power on it today if he wants to get anything to go. Brings up Justin Eivel, the third baseman. Uhazy curveball on the first pitch, a little bit inside. The first ball we see out of the hands of Zach Uhazy today.
He's been a very good pitcher with command all in his entire career. Had a lot of work down at Myrtle Beach.
Fastball on the outside corner, 1-1.
Sun is out, but it's still a chill in the air here, Daniel.
Another fastball from Uhazy on the outside corner. He gets Eivel to chase it, pushes the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Game was supposed to be played yesterday, but with the terrible weather yesterday, we were talking before the game, really a surprise, and give the grounds crew a lot of credit getting this field in shape for today.
Fastball a little bit too high out of the hand of Uhazy that time. Count on Eivel will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes to the third baseman. 353 hitter on the year, Eivel. 6 RBIs, 2 doubles for him. Curveball down in the dirt. I see Uhazy push his first full count today.
Mustangs back in action again tomorrow here at the home field.
Full count, 2 down in the top of the first. Uhazy and fouled off. And Eivel, he'll get one more look at it.
Jordan Zilka on deck. He's a power hitter for the Leopards.
Payoff from Uhazy one more time. Curveball just down below the knees. And a free pass issued to Justin Eivel. A good at bat from Eivel there. Coming into that at bat, Uhazy had only thrown 4 pitches in this inning.
Uhazy not giving in there, though, coming with the breaking pitch, 3-2. So
Number 11, Jordan Zilka.
we saw last game, Uhazy loves to come over to first base. He'll come over 3-4 times.
As you get that, he'll come over with the pickoff. Eivel back in plenty of time. Jordan Zilka doing the catching as Uhazy comes over one more time. Diving back in is Eivel.
Late arriving crowd here at Mustang Field. People getting off work, pulling in all directions.
Third consecutive throw over from Uhazy, and once again, no trouble for Eivel, diving back head first into the bag. Now we get the first delivery, and this one sent out to center field. Going back after it, Hudson Novak, it's over his head. Zilka, he'll be in easily with the double, and coming around third in to score is going to be Justin Eivel. And after a great start to the first inning for Zach Uhazy, a free pass and a double off the back of Jordan Zilka, the Leopards have opened it up 1-0.
And that ball was really hit hard, as we said. Novak went straight back, but on a line was over his head. And one hop the fence, easily scoring from first base, was the speedy Justin Eivel.
And now we've got our runner, our designated runner put in.
It's like number 27.
That's going to be Philip Taylor to replace the catcher, Zilka. First pitch in now to Evan Hannon, and that one's down in the dirt for ball one.
Courtesy runner for Belle Vernon, number 27, Philip Taylor.
That's a rule that I still don't really understand all that much, Gary, why you necessarily need the courtesy runner for the catcher. I know you want to get them back in there to get their gear on and speed up the game.
Well, it is optional, though. It's not mandatory, and it may be a situation where you can add speed to the base pads, but
it's part of the game
right.
to me. You got to be able to run the bases, too.
High school baseball has a lot of curious rules on the re-entry.
1-0 from Uhazy, and that one's fouled back. Hannon, the shortstop. A .471 hitter so far on the year. 3 RBIs for him.
As you said earlier, Daniel, this Belle Vernon lineup is potent from top to bottom. Playing a little shallow out there in left field. Pish. And giving up a lot of the left field line.
Taylor a few steps off the bag at second. Zukowski tries to look him back. The pitch from Uhazy high.
2-1.
So after a good start to the inning, Uhazy, he's run into a little bit of trouble here, trying to retire the Leopards in the top of the first.
Mustangs have a potent lineup of their own, though, so one run's not going to do it in this game, that's for sure.
I've seen Hudson Novak, 4 home runs already this season, providing a ton of offense for the Mustangs. 2-1 home, and that one's high. 3 balls and 1 strike to Hannon.
So what looked like was going to be a quick inning for Zach has turned into a little bit of a difficult situation with probably close to 25 pitches.
Well, he got those first couple batters out in just 4 pitches. Went 7 pitches against Justin Eivel, and now he's run his pitch count up now to 17. As that one's high as well for ball 4. So a free pass issued to Evan Hannon, puts runners on first and second. And the 6th batter of the inning to face Uhazy will be the right fielder, Tim Labuda.
Adds to the force play, so not much damage with that walk, but you still would like to see Zach being a little bit more consistent around the plate here early on.
The right fielder, Tim Labuda, gets his first cracks with runners on first and second, 2 outs at the top of the first. First pitch from Uhazy. That's a fastball right over the heart of the plate for strike 1.
Like Labuda had to take there, trying to make Zach bring it over.
Uhazy comes set out of the stretch. Curveball. That one looked pretty good from here, but just outside is going to be the call. A ball and a strike now to Labuda. It looked like a quick inning for Uhazy, Gary, but now he's run that up to 20 pitches here in the first inning.
And with the cold temperature, that's not something you like to see. Came with the heat there, though.
Blew it right by Tim Labuda. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Uhazy looking for the punch out on 1 and 2. Fastball, and he got it. Strike 3 looking to Tim Labuda, but the Leopards, they break the scoring as they lead the Mustangs 1-0 after 1 inning on a RBI double off the bat of Jordan Zilka. We head to the bottom of the first. It's Belle Vernon 1, Mustangs coming to bat on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Welcome back on the South Union Township Sports Network. Belle Vernon, an early 1-0 lead over the Mustangs as we head to the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Boyle, Kiefer, and Novak to face the pitcher today for the Belle Vernon Leopards. It's number 19, Matt Benicki.
On the mound, Benicki 2-0 on the season and sporting a very effective ERA. Where is it? Here. .93. We talked about that earlier. .93 ERA, really showing no possibilities for the opposing teams to get on, but the Mustangs looking to change that here today.
And Boyle sees a fastball and then a curveball for 2 straight strikes looking, and he found himself in an early hole. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 from Benicki. And Boyle, he'll ground this one over to short. And right there for it, Hannon, but he can't get the throw off in time, and Boyle able to leg out an infield single.
Talked about that earlier in the season, Daniel. Good speed in that leadoff spot for Lucas Boyle, and he showed that all football season. And once again here, legging that one out.
That's what you need out of a leadoff spot. Not necessarily somebody with great speed. It's always a plus, but somebody that's going to get on base and allow other hitters to drive him around. And Luke Boyle has shown just that. Now Troy Kiefer. First pitch to him from Benicki, fouled away by Kiefer.
Kiefer coming in, batting .409.
He's got 3 RBIs and 2 doubles to go along with that. Boyle with his lead off first. Benicki will go home. An off-speed pitch just a bit high. Runs the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll look over to first from Benicki, and he'll step off the rubber. This is a situation where you wonder, Gary, does he maybe, Coach DeBerry, put Boyle in motion, he doesn't go, and it's fouled away by Kiefer.
Shown the propensity to do that early on, and here in the first inning, not having Kiefer bunt, so getting him into scoring position could be the opportunity to, once again, take advantage of that speed. Moderate lead over here at first base, though.
Well, now Kiefer down in the hold, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes as Benicki will throw back over and get Boyle back to the bag.
Possibly a good count for hit and run.
I think if I'm Scott DeBerry, I'd want to test that arm of Zilka behind the plate as soon as possible, see what he's got. Benicki goes home. Fastball a bit high.
Now 3-1, you don't want to run yourself into an out. Or it's 2-2, I'm sorry.
And Boyle is in motion, and Kiefer, he'll send this one out to right field, and it's going to get over the head. Boyle, he'll round second. Kiefer, he's looking for 2. Boyle's being waved home. Kiefer's headed to third, and it's going to be an RBI triple for Troy Kiefer, and just like that, the Mustangs, they get that run back. It's 1-1 with nobody out in the bottom of the first.
Well, as we said, put him in motion. And once that ball got into the gap, there was no question that Boyle was going to score from first base. Having a little trouble out there in right field, Labuda kind of slipped when he first tried to make the play, so that made it even easier for Kiefer to scoot into third with the triple.
Well, you can put all the diamond dry you want on the infield, but we've seen the rain the past few days. You got to wonder what kind of condition that outfield's in. That'll bring up Hudson Novak as he takes a look at a curveball inside for ball 1. What a year, Gary, that Hudson's had to start off his junior season for the Mustangs. He's put up incredible numbers so far.
And when he hits the ball, even when it's a single, they're hit with authority.
Benicki, another curveball. He left that one high.
He talked about those home runs here, the opening game against South Park. The wind was blowing out at that day, but those balls would have been out of PNC Park. They were launched.
2-0 home. Fastball just off the outside corner. And now a 3-0 count. Do you give him the green light here, knowing the power that he's had if you're Scott DeBerry?
Absolutely, but I look for Benicki not to give him anything to hit.
3-0 home. Fastball right over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Now in a very good hitter's count here is Hudson Novak. You can almost, Gary, in this situation, just sit fastball and let the breaking ball go. And he did get a fastball, swung on and missed by Novak, and he'll run the count full.
Benicki shows some hop on that fastball. Belle Vernon will concede the run on anything in the infield here.
Payoff pitch to Novak. Fouls it off. He'll stay alive. It's Troy Kiefer standing over on third after his RBI triple to knot this up at 1 apiece. Payoff one more time. And a curveball sent out into center field, right center field by Novak. That'll get an RBI for him. And he'll stand on first base with a 2-1 lead. Another RBI for Hudson Novak.
Nice piece of hitting there by Hudson. Just stayed with that curveball and drove it right over the second baseman's head for an RBI single, and that'll bring a conference of all the infield players for Belle Vernon on the mound.
He's now got 12 RBIs on the season, does Hudson Novak. What a start to his junior campaign. He's got those 12 RBIs to go along with the 4 long balls, 2 triples for him as well.
And another power hitter stepping in, Don Peroni.
Number 14, Don Peroni.
So now Uhazy was in some trouble in the first inning. His pitch count ran up. It's been 16 pitches already for Benicki in the first inning, and he hasn't got a single out.
Got some action in the bullpen already out there for Belle Vernon.
This is a kid coming in that had a .93 ERA. So third baseman Peroni. First pitch to him, a curveball out of the hand of Benicki. Low for ball 1.
And Novak over here at first. Just an all-around good athlete. Pretty good speed for a big man, too.
1-0 home. Peroni, he took a Vicious cut at that one. Found it right back to the backstop.
Coach DeBerry down there at third, looking for a base hit out of his cleanup hitter.
Benicki will step back off. And if I had to guess, Gary, it's hard to see the number from out here, but it looks like warming up in that bullpen is number 38, Blake Zabovich. Peroni, he'll foul another one off.
Not in any hurry. It looks maybe 22 is actually throwing to...
Well, if it's 22, that'd be Joel Engstrom.
Yeah, that's... Looks like he's in no hurry to warm up, so this is just in case for Benicki.
1-2, sent right back up the middle. This should be a double play ball, 6-4. And they can't get the tail end of the double play as it's just out of the reach of the first baseman for the Leopards, Callaway. So they do retire Hudson on the 6-4 fielder's choice. But Peroni, he'll be aboard at first.
It looked like that would have been out had the throw been on line, so we might have to rule an error there on the shortstop.
That'll bring up the pitcher, Uhazy. As the first pitch, he takes a fastball outside for ball one.
Zach does it all. Pitches, catches, hits well, plays third base. He'll move anywhere on the field for you.
Foul the next pitch back, another fastball. The Mustangs lead it. Still only one out in the bottom of the first. 1-1 home from Benicki. Curveball on the outside corner. That goes for strike two.
Nice pitch there by Benicki, just nibbling on that outside corner with an off-speed curveball.
1-2 home and fouled away. The Mustang hitters so far doing a pretty decent job at getting deep into counts. The only one that really hasn't gone at least a minimum of 4 pitches was Boyle, who got into an 0-2 count and beat out an infield single.
Both pitchers having a lot of
curveball goes outside.
A lot of pitches in the first inning.
That's 24 now for Benicki here in the first.
So he's passed Uhazy already.
And he still only has one out. Fastball sent out towards center field. Going back on it, Judy. And it's over his head. Rounding third and heading home is Peroni, and in with an RBI double is going to be Zach Uhazy helping his own cause, and it's now 3-0 Mustangs.
I was a little concerned there that Peroni took off on that pitch and really took a chance there that the center fielder, Judy, was going to be able to get under that one, but turned out to be the correct move. When it came off the bat, I thought it might hang up.
It looked like Judy misread that a little bit as he started to come in and then had to backpedal back out towards center field.
So Peroni was running with one out. But brings in the third run for the Mustangs as the coach for Belle Vernon has a little bit of a conference out there with Benicki.
Well, it's also going to bring in a courtesy runner for the pitcher, Uhazy, as Jimmy Pierce will be out there on second base.
Mustang quarterback going to be extending his athletic career at Cal U.
That's great to hear. He's a fantastic athlete. We saw what he could do all year running that option for the Mustangs. He did a great job of it. Benicki, he'll come home. That's a ball outside on the fastball. And it's also nice to see him stay pretty local. That's about as good as he could get for staying local, Jimmy Pierce. Cal U, they've had a great football program over the past 4 years in the PSAC. The 1-0 outside to Rich Pish.
So what's Benicki up to? He's probably, close to 26 now?
27.
Wow.
27 pitches for Benicki here in the first inning, and he still only has one out.
Similar to what the Pirates did to Verlander last night.
3-0 now on Pish as that one goes outside. And you got to think his leash is going to get a little shorter here.
3-0 now.
3-0. Pish watches the fastball for strike one. So this next
athletic director Mark John enters the booth.
Got to love to see him in here. He's always around, always in those shorts, though.
It's a surprise to see him in shorts. 49-degree shorts. So.
Pish sends this one right back up the middle for a base hit. He'll get an RBI single. Is coming around to score is going to be Pierce. Make it 4-0 Mustangs.
And just as we said in the top of the first, the Mustangs just as potent at the plate as the Belle Vernon Leopards. So putting up a 4 spot here in the first inning to lead 4-1 on 5 hits already, Daniel.
And still only 1 out, so you got to wonder, that's 30 pitches too for Banicki, how much longer he's going to stay out there. And I think that's going to be it right there.
And they are going to make a change.
So only able to retire one batter is Matt Banicki. The Mustangs lead it 4-1 in the bottom of the first inning with Garrett Kopich coming to bat. And we'll take a break. We'll be right back on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
We're back on the South Union Township Sports Network. The Mustangs lead the Belle Vernon Leopards 4-1, and we've already got a pitching change now into the ball game for the Belle Vernon Leopards. A junior, a right-hander, number 22, Joel Ingstrom, now on the mound.
Also 2-0. Of course, none of the Belle Vernon Leopards recording a loss so far this season with a 1.75 ERA. Impressive also.
That's the first pitch from Ingstrom. Into Kopich is high for ball one. We'll get that final line on Banicki once the book closes on him, as he's still responsible for Rich Pish on first. Make it 1-1 on the fastball now to Kopich.
Watching Ingstrom warm up, I don't think he is as much of a power hitter as Banicki was, but a power pitcher, I should say.
Swung on and missed that time by Kopich. The hit and run might have been on there, as it looked like Pish, he got a ways off first base, and we even heard the first baseman for the Leopards, Callaway, scream runner.
Yeah, Kopich will take it off the forearm.
Well, that's one way to get yourself aboard. But not a good pitch there by Ingstrom. He had him down in the hole, ball and 2 strikes.
And that'll bring a courtesy runner for the catcher.
Courtesy runner for Laurel Highlands, number 13,
Austin DeRogie, junior Mustang. Does a lot of running for the Mustangs.
Number 25, Chad Pillar.
Brings up Chad Pillar with just still 1 out in the inning.
First pitch to him goes away for ball 1. The 1-0 swung on and missed. A big hack there by Pillar. This count runs to a ball and a strike.
Gotta love it when your number 8 batter in the lineup is batting .400.
That was a breaking ball from Ingstrom that was left upstairs. As it goes to 2-1. And the Mustangs, still with only 1 out, can put the Leopards in an extremely big hole early on. If they can drive in a couple more, as this one gets away, a breaking ball, both runners will move up 90 feet. Now Pillar's got a big opportunity here. 1 out, Runners on second and third. 2 RBIs waiting for him.
Eliminates the force play and a potential double play, and Belle Vernon will bring the infield in already here in the first inning, trailing 4-1. Kind of curious, in at short and third, but not at second.
This one's sent out to right field. Labuda underneath of it. Pish, he's going to tag and try to score. Both runners will tag and move up 90 feet, so make it 5-1 Mustangs on the RBI sacrifice fly from Chad Pillar.
Good scouting report there, looking at Labuda out there in right field. Really difficult time for him to be able to throw that runner out at home plate. So DeBerry had no question. There's an appeal to second base on the tag and called safe. Oh, they're going to try it again, maybe. The umpire didn't see it. He calls safe anyway. So 5 RBIs in the inning.
That brings up the 9th hitter, Daniel Zukulkowski.
He's batting .385.
First pitch strike to him. So that finally closes the book on Benicki after Pish scores. Only a third of an inning for him, giving up 5 runs, 30 pitches, all 5 of those runs earned, as Zukulkowski will foul that one away down the third base line.
Had an opportunity to get out of at least limit the inning with a double play ball hit by Peroni. The wide throw from the shortstop, Hannon, allowed Peroni to get on, and that was followed by the RBI double by Hugh Hazy.
No strikeouts, no walks either for Benicki. Is this pitch from Engstrom? A curveball that bounces in the dirt outside for a ball to Zukulkowski.
DeRogie thought about coming home on that, had to scoot back into third in a hurry.
It's now a ball and 2 strikes to the second baseman, Zukulkowski, and he'll foul this one away. One thing we have seen from this Mustang lineup, up and down all the way, they're not afraid to take a hack at the ball. You don't see guys just sitting up there looking to work counts, get walks. They all want to put the ball in play. 1-2 again. Zukulkowski takes it outside for ball 2.
You're right about that, Daniel. They're aggressive at the plate.
Two coming from Engstrom. Fastball outside, and the count's run full by Zukulkowski. Now Zukulkowski showing great patience and a good eye out there as Engstrom tried to get it to chase a couple pitches away. And he'll foul another one back.
Hang's tough.
Well, now Engstrom, who came in with 1 out, has only faced, now this is his 3rd batter, and his pitch count's already up to 16.
That's going to be a staple for the Mustangs here. And that'll be 17 pitches already throughout the season. We saw that in the game with South Park. They just wore out the pitching staff. 5 pitchers came in to pitch when they played South Park, and then really didn't need to do that in the game.
Well, this will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Zukulkowski alone. And he fouls another one back. A great at-bat being put together by Dan Zukulkowski. Still a runner out there for the Mustangs, standing out on third base. And ball 4 to Zukulkowski. What a fantastic at-bat. Works 9 pitches and ends up with a free pass.
And that's batting around for the Mustangs. Going to bring back up. Lucas Boyle started things off with a single, his first at-bat in this inning, and scored the first run for the Mustangs.
So all the way back around, the 10th batter of the inning for Laurel Highlands. And this pitch here is going to put Engstrom up to 20 in the inning. So you add them together, that's 50 pitches the Mustangs have seen here in just inning number 1.
This might be a staff outing for Belle Vernon.
First pitch from Engstrom. A big cut from Boyle, but he can't connect for strike one. Runners on the corners for the Mustangs. 2 away in the bottom of the first, leading at 5-1. Curveball. He didn't get any break on that one, did Engstrom, as he left it above the head of Luke Boyle.
5 hits in the inning, a hit batsman, and a walk.
Zukowski on the move. And now he's caught in a rundown. Zukowski stopped. I'm not exactly sure why Dan stopped there, halfway between first and second. But Zilka throws down. And that'll eventually go as a 2-6-3 putout. Caught stealing for Zukowski. So 5 runs brought across by the Mustangs in inning number 1. They lead it 5-1 after just 1 inning of play. We head to the top of the second on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Good luck to the Mustangs from the South Union Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbar.
Welcome back on the South Union Township Sports Network. Top of the second inning we head to. 5-1 Mustangs lead it, and Gary Frankhauser here with inning number 2.
Thanks, Daniel. Leading off for Belle Vernon will be the designated hitter, Ben Cole. He'll be followed by Eric Harkins and Devin Judy. 7, 8, 9, and it's important here for Zach Uhazy to try to get a short inning. There's a ground ball to second. Zukowski up with it quickly over to Pillar. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Well, that's how you start off a quick inning, at least, if you're Zach Uhazy.
Eric Harkins, the left fielder, will step in. See what we have on numbers for Harkins.
Just a 125 average for him. No RBIs.
Batting from the left side. Uhazy comes with the fastball high and outside, 1-0.
Harkins, a senior for this Leopards team. We were talking about it before the game. The Mustangs, only 1 junior, the rest of it's seniors.
In that starting lineup, a couple on the bench, but Coach DeBerry just going with a very limited lineup here early in the season as Uhazy goes 2-0.
It's not the same for the Leopards. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 juniors in their starting lineup, and then a freshman playing second base.
We saw them last year late in the season really come on as they beat the Mustangs down at Belle Vernon on a very interesting game. A lot of hits in that game, as I recall. So Uhazy goes 3-0 now to Eric Harkins.
Well, this looks like Coach DeBerry's put together a Mustang squad this season that can make a pretty deep postseason run. If they keep hitting the ball the way they are, especially. Their pitching has been pretty good so far this season, too, but the bats are really what's going to carry them.
Zach finds the strike zone, 3-1. Wind still blowing pretty steadily in from the outfield. Swinging him in, strike 2. The flag behind home plate just stretched straight out, so estimate about a 10 to 15 mile an hour wind. 3-2 pitch and loses him. So Zach having a little bit of control problems here early. 3rd walk of the game, 2 in the first. First one here in the second. Puts Harkins on at first for Devin Judy, the center fielder for Belle Vernon.
Well, now that's 29 pitches for Uhazy. We said in between innings here that the Belle Vernon Leopards combined between Benicki and Inningstrom in that first inning, 53 total pitches.
Uhazy leads off Judy with a strike. Judy in limited action, 571 with 3 RBIs.
And that's a nice average to have there sitting at the bottom of your lineup, hitting ninth to turn it back over. You're not going to see that very often, to have a guy hitting that well down to turn the lineup over at the bottom.
Zach not able to bend through that pitch, brings it in high. 1-1, 1 out. Top of the second inning, Mustangs on top, 5-1. Very modest lead over here at first base for Harkins. There's a off-speed curve from Uhazy in the dirt and outside. Runs the count to 2-1.
When you got to wonder, too, it is still chilly outside. Zach sat in that dugout. I'd probably say that inning was almost 30 minutes, that half inning for the Mustangs between the pitching change and everything.
Although he did run the bases.
Just a little bit.
He made it all the way around.
He had the courtesy runner, Jimmy Pierce, come in for him after he got to second.
That's exactly right. Finds the inside corner with the fastball.
Well,
2-2.
There you see the difference right there between when you use the DH and when you don't. It at least kept Uhazy a little bit warm, being out there to be able to swing the bat. How cold would he be right now? How well would he be throwing if he had to sit there for 30 minutes in this temperature?
He'd have probably had to go down to the bullpen and re-warm up. 2-2 pitch from the stretch. Checks the runner, brings it, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Judy, the second strikeout victim for Zach Uhazy, brings up this top of the lineup in Josh Hoffman. Popped up to shallow right field. Second baseman Zukowski making the catch in the first inning. Harkins doesn't really look like a threat over here at first, kind of leaning back. Big bender there from Uhazy on the inside corner for a strike.
That's a beautiful curveball. He had Hoffman bending out of the way, looking for that one to go over his head, and it drops back in over the strike zone.
Here's the 0-1. Same pitch, didn't catch the corner this time. 1-1. So Zach not having the pitch count he did in the first inning, trying to limit that here in the second. 2 outs, runner on at first. Here's a quick throw over and diving back in, Eric Harkins for the Leopards.
I haven't seen on the few base runners the Leopards have had so far, though. Not very aggressive on the base pass, haven't said anybody, but Uhazy a couple looks over.
Big fastball there for a swing and a miss. Now 1-2. Zach checks his fielders, playing shallow in left, straightaway in center, and shallow in right. Gets a signal. Number 9, Zach Uhazy, senior pitcher. Here's a pitch. Strike 3 called. Caught him looking for the third out of the inning, so just 4 batters to the plate in the second for Belle Vernon, unable to push anything across. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Mustangs holding on to a 5-1 lead. You're watching the South Union Township Sports Network.
Moving to the bottom of the second, it's Laurel Highlands 5 and Belle Vernon 1.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Here we go for the top of the second. Lucas Boyle will step back in as he was at the plate when Zukulkowski was picked off in the steal attempt. So he'll step back in with a new count and take ball one.
Well, now 24 pitches, that one already for Engstrom as he came in with one out in the first inning, so didn't get a chance to face Boyle.
Boyle chases one low and inside. Caught a little piece of it, foul tip, so it's 1-1.
But Engstrom, all in all, did a pretty good job when he came in to replace Benicki.
There's a shot to left field, high, towering fly ball, and the left-hander out there, Eric Harkins, pulls it in for the first out of the inning. But that ball carried pretty well out there to left field, Daniel.
Well, yeah, we were talking about before the game how balls were going to get knocked down out there by the wind. Well, we saw now Luke Boyle take that one deep. Jordan Zilka had a double that went over the head of Hudson Novak, only in one hop the fence out there in center field. So balls are carrying a little better than we expected them to today.
Troy Kiefer will come in with one out. RBI triple in the first. Grounder to third and just outside the bag for a foul ball.
All in all, coming in relief in the first inning. Engstrom, he only had to face three batters, was able to get 2 outs. One of them was a caught stealing. But a decent job from him.
Certainly a different look than Benicki had.
Yeah, doesn't throw the ball quite as hard as Benicki does. And he had a few of those hitters that he faced a little bit off balance, getting him ahead of his fastball.
And there you have Kiefer going after that one a little bit outside, and Engstrom out in front, 0-2. Belle Vernon likewise looking for a quick inning after the 5-run first by the Mustangs. That one's in the dirt for ball one. One-two pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. So Engstrom effective on the first two batters of the inning. Will bring up Hudson Novak.
And the first punch out today for either Belle Vernon pitcher getting Kiefer.
And Novak had an RBI single in the first.
Center fielder Hudson Novak.
Stroked one into right field. Takes a big cut at that low fastball for strike one.
Well, that is the thing about Hudson there. Very aggressive at the plate. We know about his power. But some pitchers, they might be able to get him off balance with the off-speed pitches.
There's a little nubber down the third base line. He's going to call it a foul ball off the foot of Hudson Novak. Looked like it was going to stay fair on the roll, but immediately called foul by home plate umpire Edenfield. Makes it 0-2 to Hudson Novak. 2 outs in the inning.
Well, I wouldn't expect to see Hudson get anything good to hit here. Engstrom should go with a curveball.
And he strokes it into left field, and that's going to get it down for another hit for Hudson Novak. Takes a big turn at first. And he tried to nibble on the outside corner, but Hudson turned it around for the single to left.
It doesn't look like there's any formula to get this kid out right now. That ball was down below the knees, almost to his ankles, and he's able to golf it out into left field.
Peroni will step in. He scored in the first. Got on a fielder's choice. Takes ball one, low and outside. So the Mustangs looking for some 2-out lightning here in the second. Trying to add to that 5-1 lead. Facing the relief pitcher, Joel Engstrom. 2-0 now to Dom Peroni.
On a great hitter's count here. 2-0. If Coach DeBerry really wants to open this lead up, he could have put Hudson Novak in motion but didn't do so.
One hopper back to Engstrom. Easy play over to first baseman Jake Callaway for the out. So the Mustangs come up empty in the second, but still lead 5-1. We'll be back right here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
No runs scored in the bottom of the second inning for Laurel Highlands. Moving to the top of the third. Sportsville fans, Laurel.
Welcome back to Mustang Field. Here for the top of the third, play-by-play, Daniel Wallace.
Zach Uhazy back out on the mound for the Mustangs. And his first pitch in, swung on and sent down to first base. Pillar has a little bit of trouble, but flips it on to Uhazy for the first out of the inning. That was Callaway there grounding out. 3-1 on the putout.
Way to stay with it there for Pillar. Ball took a wicked hop off the infield grass and caught him on the right forearm. Just gathered it together. Covering nicely, Zach Uhazy. Fundamental play.
So Justin Iville back up. Scored the lone run so far for the Leopards. It's 5-1 for the Mustangs. He reached on a free pass issued back in the first inning. He takes first pitch right across the heart of the plate. A fastball for strike one. 40 pitches even now on the dot for Zach Uhazy. Oh, 1 outside on the fastball.
Zach stretching out a little bit, keeping himself loose here.
Curveball runs inside for 2-1. We've seen, based on the numbers we've looked at least, that Belle Vernon, they put up a lot of runs, but one thing they don't have is a lot of power. Not a lot of home runs in this lineup, but a lot of doubles and a lot of triples for the Leopards. Next pitch fouled away, a fastball.
We talked about on the radio side earlier in the year that Zach Uhazy is just an athlete. He's a durable individual. He can do a lot of different things, and that's really a important factor here in high school baseball because it's not unusual for these pitchers to have to go over 100 pitches.
Well, we're seeing that become anymore in baseball, the magic number. 100 pitches and you're out of there. But a lot of the times you don't have that many arms in high school baseball, so sometimes you do have to go past that magic number. As another one's fouled away by Iville.
Iville making Zach work here. Second batter in the top of the third.
Payoff from Uhazy. Curveball froze him. A beautiful breaking ball dropped right to the knees of Justin Iville. He's set down on strikes. That's punch out number 4 on the afternoon for Zach Uhazy.
3 looking, and we've seen that a couple times late in the count. Zach going to that curveball.
So now Jordan Zilka, a double and an RBI back in the first. He'll step back in, the catcher for the Leopards. His first pitch bounces in the dirt for ball 1.
He hit that rocket over Hudson Novak's head in the first inning.
Curveball. Caught Zilka looking. Goes to a ball and a strike.
Mustang outfield respecting Zilka, backing up.
1-1 home. Another breaking ball that's sent down to third base. Right there for Peroni across to Pillar. And a little scoop there by Pillar to retire the side. 3 batters come to the plate for the Leopards in their half of the third inning. It goes 1-2-3, and we head to the bottom of the third. Still 5-1 Mustangs on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Runs for the top of the third inning, moving to the bottom of the third. Laurel Highlands 5, Belle Vernon
1. Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, is proud to be a sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network. They have been serving the area with quality work and integrity for more than 40 years, and they would like to again thank their past customers and look forward to serving new customers as well. Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, works with all insurance companies and provides assistance with car rental arrangements that coordinate with the auto repair work. The rental company will meet with you at our facility to accommodate your rental needs. As a member of the DuPont Assurance of Quality program, our refinishes are guaranteed and all repairs have a lifetime warranty as long as the customer owns the vehicle. Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC. clearly recognizes and understands the current and ever-changing atmosphere that exists in today's collision repair and insurance industries. So please contact Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, located at Atlas Road in Hopwood. That's Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, offering complete collision service for both domestic and foreign vehicles for more than 40 years. For more information, please stop by or call us at 724-437-2351. We care about the environment. We've always been an eco-friendly facility, and we are currently going through the process of being recognized by the U.S. EPA's Design for the Environment program.
For all of your auto body needs, come to Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, because there is a difference.
So please contact Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, located at Atlas Road in Hopwood. That's Ted Sova Body and Fender Repair, LLC, offering complete collision service for both domestic and foreign vehicles for more than 40 years. For more information, please stop by or call us at 724-437-2351.
Uhazy, Pish, and Kopich due up for the Mustangs as we come back on the South Union Township Sports Network. Bottom of the third. Mustangs leading at 5-1 over the Belle Vernon Leopards. Engstrom back out there to pitch the third inning for Belle Vernon. He'll have to face Zach Uhazy, a double and an RBI for him back in the first. First pitch from Engstrom down in the dirt. It goes back to the backstop for ball one. So he helped himself out a little bit in the first inning, Gary, and looking to do it again. It's always nice for a pitcher when he can contribute to his own outing and give himself a little bit of a cushion. As he pops this one up, out to left field. Underneath of it is Harkins, and he'll make the grab for the first out.
Just getting under that one just a little bit, kind of caught that off-speed pitch and looped it into left field.
So that'll bring up Rich Pish, an RBI single for him in the first.
Left fielder, Rich Pish.
First pitch, breaking ball. Way out in front of that one was Pish for strike one. We've seen this from the Mustangs a little bit too, the fact that they get out to an extremely fast start and then the bats seem to go quiet for a little bit. The second one outside corner for strike two. Very fast starters the Mustangs are.
No doubt about that, but the Ringgold game was 10-0 shutout, so that was a continuous barrage as Pish fouls that one back.
Just running out of room there was Zilka. So count stays no balls, 2 strikes on Pish.
Mustang faithful coming in to see the game as Pish grounds to third.
Iville, high throw, but being able to keep his foot on the bag is Callaway. So he gets up to make the first out, 5-3 on the putout.
2 quick ones in the inning for Engstrom. He's looking to try to have a short inning.
That's only been 6 pitches for him. And now to bring up Kopich. Kopich hit by a pitch in the first. He was stranded at third base when Zukolkowski was caught stealing to end the inning.
Almost got him again. Came high and tight.
And that's ball 2.
So Engstrom has passed up Bernicki on the pitch count.
That's his 43rd as Kopich sends it through the hole between short and third. And a base hit, 2-out knock for Garrett Kopich.
Mustangs able to get a runner on with 2 outs in the second without being able to push a run across, but we'll see what happens here in the third as the courtesy runner DeRogie comes on again. And Pillar steps in.
So make that Dorogi actually was the one that was stranded at third because he was the courtesy runner for Kopich.
You're right
back
about
in the
that.
first as well. So Chad Pillar, an RBI sacrifice fly in the first as he takes a fastball looking for strike one. Not a big lead from Dorogi off first. It's the next one, a curveball in the dirt from Engstrom.
Be nice to get Dorogi down at second one way or another. Almost had a wild pitch on that last attempt.
Fastball in tight to Pillar. Now 2 balls and a strike to the Mustang first baseman. Fastball outside, throw down from Zilka, but back in time is Dorogi.
Strong throw by Zilka.
Now very good hitters count for Dorogi, 3-1. Do you put Dorogi in motion if you're Coach Scott DeBerry? He won't. Does that strike 2?
Well, he won't have a choice this time.
Dorogi will be moving on the pitch. Payoff coming from Engstrom. Dorogi on the move, and this one sent out to left center field. Going back on it.
That's out of here.
Was Judy, but he'll have to watch it fly over the center field fence. A 2-run shot off the bat of Chad Pillar. And now the Mustangs have extended that lead to 7-1. See to make sure he hit the third base bag. Pillar almost overran the third base bag, giving Coach DeBerry a high five.
Wow. Well, that ball just kept carrying, and even with the wind blowing in here at Mustang Field, just had enough carry to get out there over the center field fence for a 2-run shot with 2 outs here in the third inning. Mustang lead now is at 7-1.
And I had to hold myself back for a second because off the bat, that ball didn't look like it had a chance to get out of here.
I thought he caught it off the end of the bat.
Well, there's the power being shown by Chad Pillar.
8th man in the lineup.
Coming into today, he was a 400 hitter sitting down there in that 8th spot. But now give him 3 RBIs on the day. And now Dan Zukulkowski steps in and takes a ball from Engstrom.
Piling up the RBIs. I know he at least has 8, probably more, of the games that I've seen.
Next pitch goes low as well to Zukulkowski. So what looked like a quick inning for Engstrom, the Mustangs able to tack on 2 more. And Zukulkowski, he'll flare one out to right center field. Coming on after it was the right fielder Labuda, but he dropped it.
Like maybe he might have had some trouble with the sun or the high field out there, but it caught the heel of his glove. He just didn't look comfortable coming in under that, and that'll be an error on the right fielder, but the Mustangs will take it with another runner on here in the third.
So an E9 brings up Luke Boyle. A single and a fly out to left field. 1 for 2 and a run scored for him as he lays down a bunt, and it's going to go foul. Now with a 7-1 lead, the question is, does DeBerry have the bunt on, or was that a spur-of-the-moment call by Luke Boyle himself, watching where the infield's playing, thinking he can beat down a bunt?
I have to believe that was an attempt at a bunt single. With his speed, you would think he'd be using that a lot this year.
And 2 outs. He was looking to get aboard. Engstrom, pitch goes low. Now up to 53 in the afternoon is Engstrom. 7-1 Mustangs lead with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Engstrom comes home, and ahead of that off-speed pitch was Boyle. Ball and 2 strikes to the Mustang right fielder. Zukulkowski, a slight lead off the first base bag. Breaking ball outside to Boyle from Engstrom as the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two outside as well.
That'll give the runner at first an opportunity now to take off again. Dan Zukulkowski on here at first.
So he'll get a nice head start. Payoff coming from Engstrom. Zukulkowski on the move, ball 4 in the dirt. And a free pass issued now to Lucas Boyle. He's aboard for the second time today. Zukulkowski moves up 90 feet on the free pass, and we've got a mound visit.
All this with 2 outs in the inning. And we're going to have a change again. So maybe they're going to bring in all of the infielders for a conference. This will give us a chance to step aside here quickly for a commercial break here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Seven to 1, the Mustangs lead as we come back on the South Union Township Sports Network. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. 2 already across in the inning for Laurel Highlands, and now runners on first and second for Troy Kiefer as he takes the first pitch low for ball 1.
We talked during the break that there's no one loosening for the Leopards, so any change at the pitching position would have to come from one of the fielding positions.
As Kiefer sends this one through the hole between third and short. Coming around, looking to score is Zukulkowski. The throw cut off. Zukulkowski will score. Boyle comes off the second base bag. He tries to get back, slides it head first. Ball escapes out into right field. Boyle will move up an extra 90 feet. And on an RBI single from Troy Kiefer, the Mustangs end up still in business with runners on second and third.
So Zukulkowski come around to score. That leaves Boyle at third, Kiefer at second with the RBI single, and it doesn't get any easier as Novak will step in and he just hits a grounder to second.
Up with it. Hoffman throws onto the first base bag, and retired there is Hudson Novak. So the Mustangs, they tack on 3 more runs. They now lead Belle Vernon 8-1 after 3 innings of play here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
3 runs toward the bottom of the third inning for Laurel Highlands. Moving out to the top of the fourth, it's the Laurel Highlands 8 and
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours, and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
We're back on the South Union Township Sports Network. Mustangs lead it 8-1 after 3 innings of play, and now here for the fourth, Gary Frankhauser.
Thank you, Daniel. Coming up for the Belle Vernon Leopards, Evan Hannon, Tim Labuda, and Ben Cole. Hannon on a walk his first time up, and there's a drive to right field. Going back is Boyle. He can't catch up with it. Tries to get it in. Looks like he'll stop at second. Could have been a nice opportunity for a leadoff triple there for Evan Hannon. But good throw in there by Zukulkowski. Holds him to a leadoff double. But once again, that ball carrying over Lucas Boyle's head in right field for the no-out double.
Well, on that one, Luke could have made a play on it, but the outfield playing a little bit of havoc as Luke, trying to get to it, spun his tires a bit as he broke for the ball.
We saw that earlier in the game for the Belle Vernon right fielder. But now with nobody out, runner in scoring position, Labuda, strikeout victim in the first.
Well, this is a great opportunity for Belle Vernon to get themselves back into the ball game. As after that run that they scored in the first inning, they've really had nothing going on. 4 batters coming to the plate in the second, 3 in the third.
Just a 12-pitch inning for Uhazy in the third. Now he's way ahead of Labuda, 0-2. Uhazy gets the signal. Checks a runner. Trying to keep him close out there at second. Comes with the high fastball. 1-2. Waste pitch there by Uhazy.
And Labuda's a good guy to have at the plate here. He struck out in the first, but .462 on the year.
Definitely a contact hitter. You can see his approach up there now with 2 strikes, just trying to get the bat on the ball. Takes low, ball 2. Something you don't see much other than even in the high school level anymore is a 2-out approach by batters.
Yeah. Well, and Uhazy here now with the 2-2 count, you got to think he's going to want to bring Labuda something in the zone. You're not going to want to. You don't have to. You can nibble on the corners a little bit if you want to, if you're Uhazy, but you get into that full count situation, then you know you have to bring him something across the plate or else you're going to lose him. Look for a power fastball here from Uhazy. Nope.
Comes with that curveball for strike 3, looking again. So Labuda goes down looking for the second time for the first out here in the fourth.
And it looks like Labuda might have been looking for that fastball too, as that curveball just absolutely froze him.
Quickly out to the mound, Coach DeBerry, I think maybe giving some advice on how to pitch the designated hitter, Ben Cole. Probably at this point just telling Zach, we just need to work outs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't need to go deep into counts here with hitters. Just up to 8-1. Give them something they can hit. Let your fielders make a play.
What do you have that pitch count up at there, Daniel?
That's now up to 55 for Zach Uhazy.
Still.
Make that 56. I missed the last one, so 56.
Ben Cole will get an opportunity with Hannon out there in scoring position for the Leps. Uhazy delivers high and inside for the off-speed pitch for 1-0.
And just didn't get the snap on that curveball as he left that one well upstairs. But just work low in the zone here if you're Uhazy. Try to get some ground balls. You don't got to be worried about the punch-out at this point.
Comes again with the breaking ball, so that one's in there for a strike. Coach DeBerry may have told him, don't give him anything straight to hit. With that said, he comes with the fastball. 1-2.
Well, that's why we're up here, not down on the bench telling him what to do.
1-2 now is an opportunity maybe for something off speed. Deliberate timeout called as Uhazy took 4 looks back at second base. Zukulkowski jockeying in to keep Hannon close.
So now's the time of you, Uhazy. Now you chase the punch out. You've got him down on the count. A ball and 2 strikes. Don't worry about that runner out there on second base. It doesn't bother you if he takes third right now. Just chase that punch out with Cole.
There it is, down the pipe. Strike 3 looking again. Just froze him with that fastball.
Make it 6 punch-outs now on the afternoon for Zach Uhazy.
And that'll bring up Eric Harkins, walked in the second. Uhazy looking to strand this runner out there at second. Leadoff double by Hannon. Good scoop that time by Kopich on the curveball in the dirt. Mustangs swinging around to center field, even with the left-handed hitting Harkins at the plate. Kiefer now sneaks in and almost caught Hannon sleeping. Quick play over there by Uhazy. Just had a high throw. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High and outside. Zach falling behind Eric Harkins.
Well, one thing we have seen today, which is nice to see on both sides, there hasn't been a lot of free passes. 2 worked by the Mustangs. Only 1 for the Belle Vernon Leopards. Both pitchers throwing strikes at least.
There's a bunt down to third base. Beautiful bunt that time. And now on with the bunt single is Eric Harkins. So he'll move the runner Hannon up to third. And that ball just died in that grass to the right of Uhazy and in front of Peroni. No chance for a play at first.
And it was a beautiful bunt to just deaden it down the third base line. There's nothing you can do if you're Don Peroni on that. You're standing all the way back behind the third base bag, not expecting the bunt.
The only thing good about that, though, is a single that did not get out of the infield does not allow the runner an opportunity to try to score. Brings up Devin Judy, who was struck out in the second.
So you bring up a kid now, though, in Judy that has a high average, batting above 500 so far this year.
Take strike 1, and you might see Harkins take off. But I would think in this situation, Kopich would throw through.
And the good news, too, with Judy, you got a guy out there that does not have a lot of pop.
Strike 2 on the inside corner at the letters. So now 0-2, first and third, 2 outs. Mustangs on top, 8-1. Zach Uhazy.
Now on 0-2, though, just keep the ball down in the zone. You don't have to give him anything to hit. Try to make him chase after something.
There's a pitch, high and outside. Did try to get him to chase.
Just upstairs instead of downstairs. I'd like to see Zach here now on a 1-2. Maybe just bounce the curveball down right around the plate.
A la Francisco Liriano.
Have a little faith in your catcher behind the plate that he can block it.
Here's a pitch. There's a grounder to second. Zukulkowski will come up with it. Throw on to Pillar to end the threat here in the top of the fourth. So the Belle Vernon Leopards leave 2 on after 2 hits. No runs scored. We'll be back with the bottom of the fourth. Mustangs still on top, 8-1 on the South Union Township Sports Network.
of the fourth inning for Laurel Highlands.
Moving to the bottom of the fourth for Laurel Highlands, Don Peroni stepping in. 0 for 2 on a fielder's choice in the first and grounded back to the pitcher in the second. Peroni takes ball 1.
And very subtly, we didn't even really notice, the Mustangs still brought 8 batters to the plate last inning when they brought those 3 runs across.
Even after the first 2 were outs. 2-0 now to Don Peroni. That would be the 63rd pitch of the afternoon for the Belle Vernon reliever, Joel Engstrom. There's a shot in the left field. That's a rocket that gets all the way to the fence. Peroni rounds first, and he'll scoot into second easily with a stand-up double to lead things off here in the top of the fourth. I'm sorry, the bottom of the fourth.
Beautiful piece of hitting, too, by Peroni. Just going with where the pitch is. Slaps it out into left field. And you're
ball
right.
Comes off those aluminum bats with emphasis.
No chance for Eric Harkins to even come close to getting to that one.
Now, Uhazy will step in again with another opportunity to add on for the Mustangs. He had an RBI double back in the first, came around to score. Time called. As we get a little bit of an overcast here, Daniel, as some of those clouds get in front of the sun. There's a pitch. Good bender that time by Engstrom. 0-1 to Zach Uhazy. Peroni getting a decent lead out there at second. There's a pop-up in the infield over near the dugout, and it is in play. Caught there nicely by Zilka. That's never an easy play for a catcher going away from your body like that.
Well, you got to throw the mask, too, get underneath it. Anytime those balls are high up there in the air, too. That would have maybe been one that even Justin Eivel could have had a better look at than his catcher, but Zilka really having no trouble with it, made it look pretty easy coming out of the crouch.
That'll bring up Rich Pish as a single and an RBI in the first. Good heat that time by Engstrom. Might have been his best fastball of the outing.
Not going to overpower a lot of hitters as Engstrom, but we've seen from him he's going to throw a lot of strikes.
Timeout called again. 1 out in the inning. Mustangs leading 8-1 here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Pish grounds it up the middle, scooting over, shortstop for the Belle Vernon Leopards. That is Evan Hannon. Nice play right behind second base to throw on for the out to first baseman Jake Calloway. So 6-3, second out of the inning. Moving over to third on the play was Peroni.
Well, it did do that. It moved the runner over when it probably shouldn't have. A ground ball on the left side of the infield. Peroni taking a bit of a chance moving up to third base. Peroni not the best speed either. Hannon probably could have picked it up and thrown over to the third base bag. Instead, takes the sure at first.
That'll bring up Garrett Kopich with Peroni sitting 90 feet away. Fouls the first pitch off. Mustangs looking to add on at 8-1. That one got away from Engstrom. High and inside, 1-1. Kopich swing and a miss. He was hit by a pitch in the first. Had a single, came around to score in the third. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Peroni down there at third with the leadoff double. Here's a pitch. Foul back.
And now if I'm Engstrom, you've got him down in the count. Go right back to that curveball 2 pitches ago. He was way out in front of him, had him way off balance, reaching for it.
Here's the pitch, shot into left center field, and that's going to be over the head of the left fielder, Harkins. Scooting into second base with the RBI double is the Mustang catcher, Garrett Kopich.
Well, instead of going back to that curveball, Engstrom went to the fastball, and Kopich tattooed it out to left field. He was even out in front of that fastball a little bit. If Engstrom hangs that curveball once again, he has Kopich way off balance and a strikeout instead. The Mustangs able to scrape out a run in the inning.
9-1. It's important if the Mustangs could push this next run across. Pillar back at the plate. Hit a long home run his last time up. DeRogie on at second as the courtesy runner again. Throw back, not in time, back in safely. If the Mustangs can push this run across, then it will be up to Belle Vernon to have to score in the fifth inning. I'm sorry, well, they'll need 2 more runs. It's 9-1, so if they could push 2 across, that 10-run rule would be in effect for the fifth inning. DeRogie, big lead out there at second now. Strike in there to Pillar. 2-1 now to Chad Pillar.
Having a great afternoon already with 3 RBIs is the Mustang first baseman.
Looks at a curveball low and outside. 3-1 now. Has earned the respect of the Belle Vernon outfielders. They're playing rather deep. There's a strike on the inside corner. Pillar thought it was ball 4 as he took a couple steps towards first base. Three-two pitch outside this time. So Pillar draws the walk with 2 outs here in the inning. Now first and second for Dan Zukulkowski. Walked in the first and on the air. Fly ball to right field in the third. Looks at ball 1 low. So Engstrom, after the double to lead off the inning by Peroni, got 2 quick outs, but now struggling a little bit as Zukulkowski ropes one into right center. That's going to score a run for the Mustangs and send Pillar to third. Throw goes all the way through the infield to the catcher, so Dan Zukulkowski with the RBI base hit makes it now Laurel Highlands 10, Belle Vernon 1.
A beautiful piece of hitting. He got a fastball on the outside part of the plate, just took it out to the right center field gap. Didn't try to push the double either.
DeRogie comes around in that pinch runner situation to score, and Pillar scoots into third. Another conference at the mound now for the Leps.
Second run DeRogie scored this afternoon as well. And now Dan Zukulkowski just doing a great job of even just getting on base. He's been on base 3 times this afternoon, all 3 at bats.
At this point, you have to think that the Belle Vernon Leopards are thinking, why waste another pitcher?
He's getting up there in the pitches now, too, as Engstrom up to 76 on the afternoon.
Lucas Boyle will get a chance now. Swing and a miss.
That's one thing we've seen from Luke being a leadoff hitter. Not extremely patient. That's the 3rd straight at bat where he's taken a first pitch cut.
That one's low and outside. 1-1. The 11th run down there at third base would be the 10-run cushion for the Mustangs.
And that could send Zach Uhazy out there knowing that all he's got to do is get 3 more outs and the game's over.
Boyle fouls off to the right. 1-2 now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Mustangs once again sending 7 batters to the plate this inning. A lot of long innings for the Mustang offense. Zilka throw through, and he will get the runner Zukulkowski. Strong throw by Zilka. Caught stealing Dan Zukulkowski. I keep saying Ben. He played when Daniel and my son played. So that was Dan Zukulkowski caught stealing for the third out of the inning, but not before the Mustangs pushed two more across. And now lead 10-1. We'll be back with the top of the fifth here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Sit right down and you hear a tale of a fateful call. You better pay those bills right now or you take a mighty fall. He really didn't know what to do, so he turned to those who did. Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, your bankruptcy crew, your bankruptcy crew. So no matter how deep in debt you are, if your back's against the wall, Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, just give them a call.
Back for the top of the fifth, here's Daniel Wallace.
A 10-1 lead for the Mustangs as we head to the top of the fifth. Top of the order for the Leopards due up. Josh Hoffman to start things off, and he'll lay down a bunt down the first base line. Coming out from behind the plate, Kopich, his throw wide. And that'll put Hoffman aboard. And E2 was a tough play for Kopich, but he would have had the out if the throw was on the bag.
Well, that is a tough play when you're coming out there as a catcher, and Chad Pillar looking for that throw probably should have moved inside the bag to give him a big target on the inside part of the base, because the runner's running down the outside of the line and really blocks things. Whoa, that was close.
Two consecutive throws over by Uhazy, trying to keep the freshman Hoffman close to the bag. The Leopards, they really need to get something going against Uhazy in this inning if they want to stay alive. The bats have been on fire today for the Mustangs. Another throw over from Uhazy, and all they need in the bottom of the fifth to end this game is one run if Belle Vernon can't bring anything across here in the top half. Fastball high from Uhazy to Callaway. 0 for 2, Jake Callaway today coming in as a .500 hitter. Just a fly out to center field and a 3-1 ground out. Curveball from Uhazy right across the heart of the plate.
Well, that just goes to show you the effectiveness of Zach Uhazy. This is a potent Belle Vernon offense. And after the first inning, he has really limited them and able to get out of a jam in the fourth.
Another throw over from Uhazy, and back in plenty of time is Hoffman. Something you really don't see much, though. Hoffman, just a freshman leading off for the Belle Vernon Leopards. Curveball from Uhazy right back up the middle. 6-4-3 double play.
Smooth play there by Kiefer. Flips it to Zukulkowski, makes a nice turn and strong throw to first to complete the double play.
So just like that, you thought Belle Vernon might be getting something going here against Zach Uhazy. And now 2 down and nobody aboard for Justin Iville, the number 3 hitter. Been aboard once today with a free pass. Scored the only run for the Leopards as he takes a cut at a high fastball for strike 1. Also a strikeout looking so far in the afternoon. Oh, 1 home. Just a bit outside on the fastball from Uhazy.
Another nice feature of the Mustangs this year is that senior-laden defense. These guys have played together for 2, sometimes 3 years here for the Mustangs, and they've really improved throughout those 3 years.
Scott DeBerry's really been building this system ever since he came in as the head coach for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, and he's got a solid core of seniors now looking to make a deep run in the WPIL playoffs this season. Strike on the outside corner to Iville. Now makes the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking for another punch out is Zach Uhazy. And just able to stay alive, fouling it away is Iville.
Iville reaching out for that one. Probably was outside, but Uhazy getting a chase.
Looking for punch out number 7. 2-2 one more time. Curveball, and he hit him. Now, you don't like to lose a batter like that as Iville down in the count. Well, even in the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Uhazy loses him as he hits him square in the back with the curveball.
While we were watching that action, there was movement in the bullpen for the Belle Vernon Leopards. It looked like number 23, Callaway, down there throwing. Let's see if he comes in the bottom of the 5th.
Throw over from Uhazy, and back in plenty of time was Iville. Curveball hung it a little bit, and this one shot out into center field by Zilka. A single for the Leopards catcher will also move Iville up 90 feet. Now they have runners on first and second with 2 away.
Well, the Belle Vernon Leopards also showing some punch with 2 outs here. In the top of the 5th, courtesy runner coming on for the Belle Vernon catcher. This will be number 27, Philip Taylor.
Saw him be the courtesy runner one other time earlier in the game when Zilka doubled in the first. But he was stranded out there at second base. Turning a fire back to second. Kiefer and Zukolkowski both headed to the second base bag. They were lucky that ball didn't escape out to center field as Zukolkowski able to corral it.
Yeah, a little confusion there with both players covering at the same time.
Evan Hannon at the plate, and he takes a strike outside.
Hannon had a nice shot double in the 4th inning, but was stranded at 3rd.
One of only a few Leopard hits today. He's been aboard both times, says Evan Hannon. Curveball from Uhazy bounces in the dirt. Kopich can't keep it in front of him, and both runners will move up 90 feet. So now runners on second and third with 2 away in the top of the 5th. But Uhazy now with 2 strikes can chase the strikeout. 0-2 home. Just a bit low and maybe a little bit away as well for Uhazy. A ball and 2 strikes to Hannon. Uhazy looking for strikeout number 7 on the afternoon. 1-2 home. And this one sent out into right field. Boyle after it. And he'll be underneath of it to make the catch. So twice in the inning, the Belle Vernon Leopards get runners aboard, but they end up stranding 2, 1 on first, 1 on second, and 1 on third. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning with the Mustangs only needing 1 run to end the game. They still lead it 10-1 on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
New pitcher.
Welcome back on the South Union Township Sports Network. 10-1, the Mustangs lead. We now have a new pitcher as Devin Judy comes in from center field. He'll do the pitching. As his first pitch goes outside for ball 1. And we'll have to see who's out there now in center field. Looks to me as I can't get a number on that out there. I thought 17 maybe, but that's Evan Hannon, who's at short. As this one goes outside for ball 2.
It might be Engstrom.
Very well may be. As this one goes away as well, it's 3-0. So 3 2/3 innings work for Engstrom. As 3-0 comes home ball 4. Boyle aboard as the game-winning run for the Mustangs.
Just 2 official at-bats for Boyle, 1 for 2. Scored a run in the first, and that's going to bring up Troy Kiefer. He's 2 for 3.
So Engstrom in his time out there on the mound, giving up 5 runs. Couple of walks and 1 punch out for Engstrom as this pitch goes high to Troy Kiefer. Ends at 81 pitches on the afternoon, does Joel Engstrom. Kiefer sends this one out to short, therefore Hannon sliding to his right, throw on to second is late. Boyle able to beat it out to second base.
Nice play there by Hannon, but beating it down there to second was Boyle. Hustling in. Close play. Mustangs get the call.
So, Boyle aboard on a fielder's choice that doesn't get an out.
I think you have to rule that a base hit.
Think you got to give that a base hit?
Yeah.
It's a tough play for Hannon. That's one of those ones that's kind of in between right there, so it can go either way. So we'll give him a base hit. Pad those stats a little bit for Troy Kiefer. Pitch outside to Novak.
Novak uncharacteristically grounded to second in the third inning.
Well, now he's ahead in a very good hitter's count. 2 balls and no strikes. Judy home. Inside again, 3-0. And we saw him get in this situation in the first inning where he had a 3-0 count. You give him the green light here again, knowing that run at second base can end the game. Strike. Wow. Called, and the pit throw a little high, trying to get Kiefer going back to the bag. But a good athletic play by Callaway. Possibly there, that ball going down the right field line could have possibly saved the game-winning run.
And Zilka just gunning it down to first base. I guess he's figuring, what the heck, 10-1. There's a shot to left field.
And over the head of Harkins, and that should end the ball game. Rounding third, heading home is Lucas Boyle. The throw home from Hannon, and that'll do it. The ball game right there as Hudson Novak will walk it off under the 10-run rule. The Mustangs end the ball game winners over the Belle Vernon Leopards by the final score of 11-1. Hudson Novak doing the final bit of damage as he gets...
We'll give him a walk-off double on that as it went past the left fielder, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back to tell you all about it, statistics, here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Welcome back to Mustang Field. The Mustangs once again victorious, stay undefeated in section action, handing Belle Vernon their first loss of the season. And it's 11-1 fashion, so it wasn't much question. Zach Uhazy, the winning pitcher, losing pitcher Matt Bernicki. And let's take a look at some statistics. Danny, what do you got?
Well, on the side of Zach Uhazy, a beautiful outing for him. Fourth win on the year, 5 innings pitched, 82 pitches for Uhazy at 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. He did hit 1 batter and only allowing 1 earned run. And the Mustang bats were alive today. Every batter in the lineup today had at least 1 hit. It was 1 for Boyle, 2 runs scored for him. Kiefer had 2 hits, make it 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Same thing for Hudson Novak, 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Dom Peroni with that double we saw in the 4th inning came around to score twice. Uhazy had 1 hit and an RBI. Same thing for Rich Pish, 1 hit and an RBI. Garrett Kopich, 2 hits for him and an RBI to go along with that. Chad Pillar, the big 2-run shot in the 3rd inning. His only hit of the ball game. He was aboard twice, but he did have 3 RBIs. And Dan Zukolkowski with a hit as well and an RBI. So the offense spread out across for the Mustangs. Very well done on their side. And Zach Uhazy as well, only allowing 4 hits on the afternoon to the Belle Vernon Leopards. As those hits came from Evan Hannon. He had a double in the 4th. Eric Harkins also had a double in the 4th. Make that a single in the 4th. Zilka with a double back in the 1st inning, and Zilka again with a single in the 5th. The only 4 hits to come across for the Belle Vernon Leopards as they just plate 1 run in this ball game. Coming across on the RBI double from Jordan Zilka in inning number 1.
And when what we thought was going to be a very stern test for the Mustangs did appear to be that way in the 1st inning, but the Mustangs show their mettle, come out and really put the bat on the ball. Pick up, I had 14 total hits, Dan.
Oh, I'd have to go through them again. Let's see here. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14.
14 total hits to just 4 for Belle Vernon. An impressive victory for the Mustangs. Zach Uhazy picking up another win. Score by inning, Belle Vernon just 1 in the 1st, and that was it. Mustangs 5 in the 1st, 0 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and the final run in the 5th inning. So that'll do it. Our final score, Laurel Highlands 11, Belle Vernon 1, and this game has been brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, J.R. Wheeler, Gary Smith, and their staff. This has been Gary Frankhauser along with Daniel Wallace, Jerry Dupay on the camera as usual. Another South Union Township Sports Network presentation.